Hey, look, we've got these new things. I'm gonna
You,
show. Wait.
you live. You live.
So look, check it out. Hold on. What's up, everybody? What's up, Trevor?
Another day, another dime. You know how it goes.
Another day, another dime. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Well, a couple more hours, it's going to be another night, another nickel.
Yeah. So I'm leaving out of Southwestern, and we got our new check-in system going, and they printed me out a visitor's pass with my picture on it. I think that is so cool.
Oh, like I got when I visited your classroom at the last place, right?
Yeah, but did that have a picture on it?
It has a black and white picture of me.
Oh yeah, okay. Yep,
I've got it on my hobby cabinet. It's one like the proudest days.
Yep, it's the same exact one.
That's awesome, though. I mean, you have to keep track of who's coming into the schools, right?
Definitely. So they scan my ID, and like they just put my ID up against the scanner, and I don't know, a minute or two later, it was printing out my picture with the visitor's pass on there. So it's pretty cool. I like it. It was dope.
Oh yeah. Let's give people a few moments to tune in. Damn, we already got 6. It usually takes like another 2 minutes. Melissa's already here.
What's up, Melissa?
Okay. I got something for you, and this goes like statewide.
Okay.
Do you play fantasy football, fantasy sports of any kind?
I do, but I forgot to do it this year.
Okay. So it's under review. It's under the Gaming Commission to look at, but they want to ban certain online fantasy sports that you can do betting with, like FanDuel.
Why?
Online sports betting is regulated by Michigan Gaming Control Board, which is proposing a ban on fantasy contests that would mimic betting on sports. But smaller, lesser-known DFS operators say they're being picked on in an effort by FanDuel and others to eliminate competition. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like they think that people spend too much on their fantasy football betting or whatever. But at the same time, you go to any gas station around here, as long as you're 18, you can go buy a scratch-off ticket. Like,
yeah,
it makes no sense to me. They're trying to control more and more, and these are the same people that say, if you're 18, you're not smart enough to know what you're doing with student loans. You're not smart enough to know what you're doing with your health. No cigarettes, no beer, whatever. But then you're also old enough to vote, and you're smart enough to sign a contract that can end your life with the military. I'm confused. Which is it?
They just want control, man.
Feels like it. And we've already got a question for you. How's the heating and cooling going in the schools?
What I can say is I was over at Freeman about 2 weeks ago. A little bit longer than that. It was had a department school. And who was it? Johnson, I think it's Johnson Control. I forget them, but they were over there regulating. They were fixing it over there, and they said that they were going around to the other schools too. So I've been kind of MIA with the district because of my back, my personal issues. But I do know that the heating and cooling is being worked on. It was fixed over at Doyle Ryder. I think it was stuck at like 65 degrees or something like that for a couple of days. But that was right around the first day of school, so everything should be back to normal now. And I know that
65 degrees.
Yeah,
65 degrees first day of school is actually very nice.
Yeah, but it was stuck at that, so it was stuck on all day, all night, all day, all night. So it was actually pretty cold in there. And just in one section of the building, though. It wasn't the entire building.
Okay. So, all right, but it's at least getting work done, and hopefully by the end of this contract, fairly soon, we shouldn't see any kids dropping out, because you were just at Southwestern, you said?
Yeah, I just left Southwestern.
And they're going to be working on that, right? The other schools
They're working. No, they're
run
working at
down
Brownell and Holmes now.
on homes now. Okay.
Yeah, Brownell and Holmes is at Southwestern.
Okay. So yeah, all right, that is a positive. That makes me feel better. Yeah, Tony has been running up and down Facebook asking about it, and there you go, Mr. Tony. There's a contract in place to get it set to where kids aren't dropping out, freezing to death, or having heat stroke.
Yes.
All right, so what's on the agenda of the school board tonight?
We've got the rebidding, the bidding. We've got that. We've got some higher principals. Yeah, we've got some principals to vote on.
We are
School closes,
losing you a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like we were losing you a little bit for a sec. So, principals to hire, rebidding the bidding,
Okay.
and what else?
What else did I say? Principal hire, redo the bidding, and I don't know. I just drew a brain fire.
No, that's fine. We'll tune in or walk in either one of the three and see what's going on and see what else you guys have. Okay.
I'm going to turn this way. I'm on my way to pick up my son, so.
Okay.
But I had to go get some information over from Southwestern because I'm one of the principals from Holmes is up to get voted on to drop the interim and be the principal at Holmes. And
Seems like we've lost him temporarily again.
Did you lose me?
Yep.
Okay, no, I was saying that I had to go and pick up some reports, some data reports, behavior reports and stuff like that. And so we can compare from this time last year to this year, when it comes to behavior issues, the behavior referrals and, suspensions and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, that sounds rather rough. All right. Then what else do we have? You saw that someone's trying to recall Jerry Winfrey Carter, correct?
Yeah, that's former Councilman Davis. I don't know what his deal is with that, man. Like, I almost called him. What are you doing, man? What's going on with that? Like, here's my thing. Here's my thing. If that's why he's recalling her, he would have had to recall me and a whole bunch of other people too, because I'm not going to vote for a budget that I can't ask questions about and that's not fully line item by line item detailed. And you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have done that either.
Well, I mean, so it's not balanced. It says nothing about ARPA. It says nothing about when. I mean, it was a fucking mess, and she wasn't allowed to ask questions about it. I don't blame her for not voting.
And then somebody be able to pull her voting record and say, well, you supported this and this and this and this. And no, I understand. So why? Yeah, that's true. She didn't vote for it, but that's why you gonna recall her, because she wanted to be able to ask questions and make it transparent so where everybody could see.
Yeah. I mean, fuck me. Flint is a wild animal, my man. It trips me out hearing a lot of this shit. Like, he went on into proposed the city, or what is it? On the proposed budget, the citizens of the city of Flint pay taxes on for these services. What fucking services? Tell me what services we get on the regular here. We don't got cops. Our paramedics show up before our cops. Our firefighters are under investigation from when the day you and I met. That entire fiasco going on. Still, our roads ain't done. Our water ain't fixed. What fucking services is he talking about?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I got a question for you, brothers.
We might have answers.
Who y'all think sent Juantez back out here?
I don't know if someone sent him, because I spoke to him, a couple months back, and he said that he was gonna try to, he didn't say he was gonna try to recall, but he said he was, gonna try to be back at city council. So he didn't say anything about a recall.
I think with
How come I can't see no comments?
You can't see no comments. Yeah, you're on your phone. You gotta go to the comments. The reason I say that,
like,
not to cut you off, Trevor.
Oh yeah.
And not to cut you off. The reason I say that is because remember during the mayor election. Remember Juantez came out of nowhere. 1 minute he was trying to get on shows to say he brought Lear, did all this. He said he brought Lear here. He was going off of that. Now you seeing these recalls from Liddell Lewis, Eva Worthy. Now he come out of nowhere. He want to do some recalls for an unbalanced budget. I'm saying make it make sense. He wanted her to vote for a budget that they don't sit down, the mayor don't come in, explain himself, where this money come from, and it was in the news.
I don't necessarily think
two
he wanted
unbalanced budgets.
I don't think that he necessarily wanted her to vote for it. I think that in order to get the recall passed, it just has to be a truthful something that actually happened, and it be truthful that you can prove. So you can actually prove that she did not vote for that budget. So that's his excuse. That's his reason. Now he didn't say because it's an unbalanced budget or because the mayor didn't come explain it. It was just the fact of the matter is she didn't vote for it.
So it isn't just that something can't or has to be true for a recall to go through, right? To be accepted. It has to be true and detrimental to the city. But as an elected official, you retain the right to vote yay, vote nay, abstain.
Mm-hmm.
Those are your 3 voting rights as an elected official. She exercised her right to abstain. I think a judge is going to throw this out and call it bullshit. I guess it depends on which judge, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And Flint, it get tricky.
Yeah, the judges donating to certain mayor campaigns. Let's hope it doesn't fall into that one, right? It shouldn't, but But the reason I think he's popping up right now is because that supermajority on council is looking rather weak at the moment, right? There's recalls flying left, right, up, down, and center. And they need someone to try to balance it back out again.
And they sent him?
He's had the seat before. That gives him a little bit more credibility than some of the others that they stack up there.
No, it don't. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so was it Kerry Nelson? Was he the 5th ward?
Right.
Was he 3rd?
No, he was 3rd ward.
3rd ward, okay.
Yeah. They're trying to take a little bit of heat off of the ones that they already have recalls in on. Like Liddell, I think she's got like 4 times as many signatures for a recall than she did actual votes for her at this time.
But
last I heard is over 2,000. She only got like 400 votes.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I think they're looking at exactly, it looks like Liddell's seat is going to go. I'm hoping. Then they lose that supermajority. Then Dennis flip-flops periodically. So now they're looking at a balanced council-ish that may do some things that certain vested interests want, and certain things that they don't want.
But this
They want to try to get rid of Jerry because everyone, like, I doubt anyone in the 6th Ward is going to look at Tanya and go, I can take her seat. Like, that's how they're looking at Jerry right now. And Mays, of course, because one lady put in 6 recall forms on him.
But that's the point that I'm making though. These don't recall they putting on them is out of hate.
Retaliatory.
Oh, that's all it is. Montez is only here because remember when Neely got in, he was singing a song, Neely Ain't Right. So that's what I'm saying. When you get these characters who be popping in and out, and then he want to put a recall in on, I'm gonna tell you, it ain't being funny. But anytime you gotta tout your back and you go, I did this, you gotta look at a person. Mm-hmm. When they go to living, I did this. He done did more than any party. He's the most successful black man in the. Don't you know how many successful stories you done got people that pulled up by their bootstraps? Yeah. I'm just saying, you can go to damn near any city, any state, and can find somebody who pulled it up by the bootstrap. That ain't what you brag about. What you brag about, really, you shouldn't be bragging, but it'd be a lot more better where you can show where you helped the whole. Listen, man, the pipe's not done yet. That's what I'm saying. That's a distraction. To me, he like a distraction.
So one of the first things I heard when I started coming on to 810 was, it isn't what you say, it's what you're doing. Because you can say you're going to do X, Y, and Z, then sit on your thumbs. You can say, I've done X, Y, and Z, and then rest on your laurels. Mm-hmm. So what has he done in the meantime that makes me feel, because he's going for my ward, what makes me feel he's going to do better than Jerry? Not a damn thing. I haven't heard of him. I haven't seen him. He shows up in council periodically just to yell and straight attacks at Jerry. What's the point of it all? What is he doing? I don't feel my ward would be any safer or better off with this man in her seat. I like Jerry. I think Jerry's doing a good job by me.
That's why I keep telling you, my distraction.
Yeah.
You already got the majority of vote on council. How can 3 people destroy what's going on? Everything that you're saying is being a failure in Flint is from the voting block that they got.
I mean,
anytime you see, just think about it. News put out there, he done passed 2 deficit budgets.
Yeah. Straight.
2 deficit budgets. Not what I'm saying, not what you saying, not what another source said. He passed 2 deficit budgets. That's what you got to look at, them council people who voted for that. That's just like Liddell Lewis getting 50,000. She on the ad hoc committee, but yet she didn't tell nobody.
Man, I am fearful for 2nd Ward right now, because if she somehow survives this recall, gets voted back into place, I think she's going to be throwing a lot of retaliatory votes, like punishment votes, at the people who got her recalled, meaning her own ward.
But see, that's the thing that makes it even worse. Like if you see that, I'm not talking bad about Liddell. It's just like if you see that people have that much of an issue to where they turned in 2 or 3 times as many signatures, that should make you want to turn around and do things differently, not be retaliatory. And I'm gonna be, vengeance is mine, and everybody that says something against me gotta go. And I don't like that. That's not how it should work. You should see like, hey, I'm doing something wrong. I need to fix it.
Yeah. That's okay. What in my behavior, what in my voting record has caused my constituents to not trust me no more? X, Y, and Z. Okay. Well, let's take X, Y, and Z, make it A, B, and C. But I don't know if she'll take that. I don't know. And right versus wrong, you were absolutely correct. And to quote, this is not me, this is someone on the face space. He is a murderer and a drunk driver. Do you really think he has a chance? Come on now. No, I don't think he has a chance, but as Mickey's pointed out, it's a distraction.
That's what it is. It's a distraction. I'm gonna keep saying that's a distraction. Every time we get to this council, when you exposing corruption, there's always something coming in to distract it. Or we go to beef, the people and the citizens, we go to having catching flack and we let that go. No, I don't see it. Listen, I don't see Liddell changing. Maybe y'all know something I don't know. I don't see her changing. It seems like these recalls just make her get vengeance. Listen, she had a year at this.
Yeah.
A year. Now, I'm just not knocking her, but I'm just saying you had a whole year. You mean to tell me every time the people in your ward needed something, you wasn't taking their calls? She'd be too much on Facebook.
Or in another state, bragging about how she has properties in another state.
She wouldn't. Don't get to the end, and you see how divisive she is. That's what I'm saying. This, Clack, I'm being honest. If you see how divisive she is, we was at the council the other day. She want to get off into this mean mug and like pointing people out, saying this who this is. I know she felt bad when she pointed me out to Quincy. Quincy told her I know him. That's what I'm saying. But this is the type of stuff that you dealing with a person who hollered, we gotta follow the rules. Took money, then reported,
and then tried slipping more money in. So this is from Wintus an hour ago, reposting something Liddell had said. It is a picture of house with, caving in roof, or multiple caving in roofs. Then I think she slipped up here with the flooding basement because she voted no on that her damn self. But attention, Flint residents, does your home look like this? We are in need of critical home repair. Or are you in need of critical home repair? If so, please reach out to council members Eric Mays, Tanya Barnes, and Jerry Winfrey Carter and tell them to vote for the ARPA dollars. Except the ARPA dollars that you were just proposing were $50,000 into your own fucking pocket. You just got caught with your hand in the cookie jar and you went right the fuck back. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't get it.
I don't know, dude.
It's like this is like the audacity, like see, I don't like to speak on stuff that I don't know to be 100% fact. So you know what I mean. But if this is this, and we know this to be true, y'all should be like on moving a little different, not doubling down on the. I just don't get it. It's crazy to me.
We can say for 100% fact that Liddell put in Sarvis Park for the neighborhood beautification restoration project that they're trying to do with ARPA funds for $50,000.
Oh, man.
And that was proposed. It came before city council. It didn't get voted on. And she meekly had to get it taken off of that proposal.
Nah, she took it off because it was.
She meekly took it off because everyone pointed out she got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. She goes, "Oh well, okay."
Every time, but see, that's the point that I was trying to make. That you have people to go along with this. Go straight up going along with it's all right to take. She got some money. Oh, the park looked good. You talking about, I guess ain't nobody rode around the second ward. They act like the second ward is Waddell Drive or something, the Mahala Drive that you riding down.
Whew. Look, I've driven in some pretty rough places throughout my life. Born in LA, grew up on the border, been overseas, been blown up and shot at over there. And going through my memories of driving through the second ward, I feel at times that those places were better put together. Just at least Afghanistan brick houses could stop a bullet. They weren't falling in on themselves with wood rot.
And that's the point I'm trying to tell you right there. Where's the business district at in the second ward?
Is there one? It might be covered up by all the weeds and overgrowth. We don't know. We haven't found it yet. I can get out there with a machete and start chopping here in a few days. I'll just treat it like, an expedition.
See, like what Winters just said. She said in that Cyrus Park area, it's like Miller Road, but Clio Road is like hell. So, okay, Melissa Brzezinski said, I pointed out some things that needed more, just not parks and kids. Cyrus Park immediate area looks nice, but between Dayton and Welch is a hot mess. That's the point I'm trying to make. But you got to blame.
The picture she showed, the way that they set up the ARPA money, you're supposed to not go to council and say, hey, my house is jacked up, vote for these funds. No, council's supposed to pass this, and then you have to go beg a nonprofit and then pay the application fee.
Listen,
and of course, they're going to have a fiduciary fee. They're going to make money off of you just asking for it.
And that's what's sad. They want to sit up, but really, you ought to look at them council people that's playing the citizens for fools. That's the whole subject. They playing the citizens straight for fools. Your piping not fixed.
They tell you straight up.
Yep, man, you're right. And they do start with the mayor. But see, what they seeing is how lawless the mayor is. That's why you got people like Liddell Lewis being lawlessness. She just flat out and don't care. She done let.
Yeah, well,
that's what.
Why would she care at this point? She's gotten away with everything thus far until finally some recalls hit.
And what she do? She mad, and she mad. But this what Flint should learn. That's what you get. That's why I go back to the Maurice Davis thing. I'm gonna keep harping on it. Because the people, they had a chance. At least you knew what Maurice, he was trying to fight for you.
I mean,
at least Maurice was trying to fight for you. At least Maurice seen the ills of what was going on. But when you put Liddell Lewis in there, like Maurice was trying to tell, but people were so caught up because he went and talked to Trump. I'm not crazy, man. You got to talk to who in power.
Yeah,
that's who you got to go deal with.
Get the legal money any way you can get the legal money.
But this how poor and black and brown been trained. Oh, you got to wait till the Democrats get in. Oh, you got to wait till the Republicans get in. Man, you go deal with who in power that you can go deal with. But we so caught up. What up, brother Clack? You're back. We so caught up. And Maurice did get caught up in the BS with the Trump, but he was trying to go talk. And I'll give you a better example. Look at Ice Cube. When Ice Cube did the platinum package, they wanted to say the platinum package. Ice Cube didn't create this what he was asking, some tangibles. He didn't create that by himself. He had other people that were scholars, like Dr. Claude Anderson. He had different people that were scholars in economics to put this together. But you know what they said? You had
didn't he walk in, meet with former President Trump, get this all sorted out, and then walk out with a $4 billion check to?
No, he didn't walk out with no money.
Well, not with a check, but that promise.
No, yeah, but Trump went in office. But the thing is, that's what Cube was feeling like he was being played. Don't play no games with me. But they wanted, I'm gonna say it, Roland Martin, all the blacks that we be looking at, all these blacks, they ran. Oh, we got to get Biden in. What you got when Biden getting in? But see, they don't want to tell the truth. Biden in that crime bill. To be honest with you, Eunice Jackson, I ain't seen not one president in there I would be proud of.
I can sympathize with that.
I ain't gonna see not one in the way you seeing the people being ran. So I'm not on no Democratic or no Republican, but even though I vote Democratic, but look at all the Democratic ran cities.
I mean, I sit here and you mentioned the crime bill. Remember 20 years prior to that, Biden voted for segregation.
That's what but they forget it. They forget that every time. I'm just telling you, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I'm just saying whoever in power, whoever in that seat, you have to go do business with. So why people sitting up here acting like I won't go do, I ain't gonna do this. Go look at them places. Who you think owning these businesses around here? These Fortune 500 companies. When you go and buying Louis Vuitton, when you buying Gucci, don't get religious with me or you get holier than thou. Because if you go look at these NFL owners, you got something that's even been considered racist, but you're still watching the NFL.
You guys know my views on Biden. I think he's too old, too dumb, too morally ambiguous. But if I had the chance to go talk with him to get some proper money and help in Flint, I would go talk with him. You got to deal with who's in power, right, Mickey?
No, I'm saying you have to, but I'm reading the comment. But I didn't vote a Democrat, but I don't like some of the Democrats that was going on because what we fail to forget, you got the Dixiecrats with Joe Manchin. They was calling Joe Manchin the president. He votes so hard in line with the Republicans, but you don't hear that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. We got a Democratic governor, Gretchen Whitmer. We begging for Flint to get help. We begging for Flint the pipes to get fixed.
Look, Gremlin don't care. She came here to sign I think it was an education or college bill, and then ran out before anyone could ask her anything about the pipes. Like, hey, when is that aid coming? When is this actually going to happen? Are you going to talk to the man standing beside you, try to get something done? No, she was gone.
No, but I ain't trying to knock nobody. I'm just saying in general. What you think, Clack? I mean, we bring the politicians in, and this what we get in return. Flint, and we party. We celebrate 9 years of pipes not being fixed.
I think people need to wake up. People are starting to wake up. I don't know. I'm still at a loss of words for a lot of stuff that I'm being exposed to now that I'm finding out, or that is coming out in the news, or that's coming out with via 810 or however it's coming out. And still, like I just be like, man, y'all don't did you ever think that people was gonna see you? Like you just thought you was gonna be able to get away with that? That's the thing to do. I think a lot of this stuff has been happening for so long, and now the social media is so access to everything is so easy with social media that it's starting to stuff is starting to spread like wildfire. So people better start waking up, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's been going on a long time.
Yeah.
Lyndon B. Johnson, when he I think it was a Senate seat, he rolled in last minute with a suitcase full of ballots. That didn't get around the country until weeks later because newspaper. Now people are seeing real-time corruption in just a small city of Flint nationwide, thanks to TikTok, thanks to FaceSpace, to the YouTube, all over. I think it is probably, all right, I have no evidence of this, but I feel like it is probably one of the most viewed city councils throughout the country.
You said you have the most what?
I think that our city council is probably the most viewed from around the country. And people can see what's going on real time.
I know Eric, with the meeting that they had, that they voted on the Ashley Capitol when Eric was there, when they were at the county building. I know Eric had two of his attorneys there, and one had each of his attorneys had one of his phones. And on his TikTok phone, Eric had 359,000 people watching him.
Yeah.
359,000 people that were watching city council on Eric's TikTok, or on Eric's TikTok.
It's TikTok. It's just TikTok.
Yeah. So it's like, we have to be one of the most highest viewed council meetings. And I don't know I wonder what the views are going to be tomorrow for that special meeting that Mayor Neely called. You know what I mean? Like, why do y'all think he called that? What's that about?
So he could throw council onto the bus, wash his hands, and look fantastic.
How would that work?
Because he put it on them.
He put them not being able to pass anything on council. Like, okay, yes, that is on council, of course. But him saying the city is falling behind, the city is X, Y, and Z, this is all wrong. Well, a lot of that falls on you too, Mr. Mayor, because a lot of these proposals fall.
Even if it were council, there's 5 or 6 that vote on everything anyway. So how was it, like, even if it were council, the 3 stick together and the other ones make, vote for everything. So it's his council that's making all this being dysfunctional.
Thank you. But see, that's the smoke and mirrors. They want to put it on, say, Jerry Winfrey Carter saying 3 people holding up when you got the voting block. That's how you know the game. This is a setup game. To me personally, I just feel like Neely, they really right now that money being held up. He probably do got to take care of the people that he probably that helped him out. See, we not being honest with this whole situation. He used that 94 million to take care of things he needed to get done and was never for the people. That was probably to pay off favors. Let's just be honest. Everybody wanted to get in who was going to control that $94 million. Let's just call it spade a spade. And what you got was Neely got his hands on it. So you know how it's going to go. Flint wasn't going to get made whole.
I don't know how anyone is holding it against Eric that he's got more staying power. I mean, let's look at it the way it is. The man likes to break down time so things that he doesn't like can't get voted on. It's a filibuster. Hell, that's a time-honored tradition in this fucking country, right? And just because other council members can't sit there and wait and go through the discussion process as long as he can, they just call it quits, get up and leave. It's a smart political strategy. I'm sorry to fucking tell you. And now they're saying, oh, well, it's all because Eric. No, it's because your lack of constitution. You need to sit the fuck down and get the work done. If it means out sitting Eric Mays, then you're going to have to do that. Eric is doing a damn fine job of making them look weak.
I will say, I wish that Eric would kind of tone it down some, though. You know what I mean? Like, we all know that he's passionate. We all know that he means well. We all know that he's fighting. But at the end of the day, if you get put out of a meeting, then it's less. There's less voices to talk against what the other ones are doing. You know what I mean? And now that they
had he not squashed the meeting a few back, gotten them to quit, then they would have voted on the proposed ARPA funds to the neighborhoods. He was outnumbered, I believe. That vote would have passed. There would have been $50,000 going into Sarvis Park.
Sometimes
him holding it up actually helped us out quite a bit.
Sometimes you have to go fight hard like that. Cause just think about it. Did nobody knew that Liddell put that 50,000 up in there? She hid it. She put it up under the stack. You know what I'm saying? That's why when Eric I understand what you're saying, but when he be separating it, but man, when you up there with tyrants, devils,
God, what do they call it?
People that's just for themselves. Man,
tyranny by majority.
Man, you would be cussing at everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like how can you work with people who you know it ain't doing right? Like all them budgets that came through. And I'm talking about even when Dennis Pfeiffer called for the question, for they can go ahead and pass his budget when Neely didn't have to speak. I ain't never seen a mayor been so protected by a voting block like this mayor, even with the garbage contract. Even with the bid rigging, they knew all of that. Even Quincy called that out.
And I was proud of him. Remember, I went back and said, "Hey, Quincy, good catch, great job, man." Yeah, and then he backtracked. Can it wait till after the election? It's coming up on a fucking year, boss man.
And that's what I'm saying, man. It's like Neely, he doing so much wrong. Even with Liddell and Quincy, with the allegations with the Ashley Capital thing. You know what I'm saying? You would think. On some ass, you would think that some would be trying to do right when we made this mistake. With going by like Dennis Pfeiffer, I want to set this rule up. No, state law say what you can and can't do. To me, it's like you seeing a lawless administration and you got a lawless 6 people that's voting with it. That's why Flint is struggling.
Clack. Let's talk to President Clack here for a second. As school board president, if one of the other board members was doing something blatantly illegal to state and illegal by, federal guidelines, federal laws, would you push to have them charged, or would you try putting forth a new rule on school board?
You already know which way I'm going. I'm snitching.
See, that's what I like about you, because then we saw Pfeiffer go, "Oh, we're going to put forward a new rule." No, motherfucker. Jesus.
I hate to say it like snitching. Let me just say, I hate to say it like I'm snitching, but it's not necessarily
you're
snitching.
Doing the right thing.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, but it's not snitching because I'm not letting getting less time. So let me just. I was just being funny, But
Yeah,
I'm telling shit.
but yeah, like putting forward a new rule does absolutely nothing when the new rule that you're putting forward is on the lowest grade. Whereas the highest grade of rules that's going to throw you in a federal prison for 10 years has already been broken. What are you doing? You're not enforcing it. You're basically giving them a pass now.
Mm-hmm.
Just
It
look how
drives me
Dennis.
nuts.
Not to cut you all off. Look how Dennis caught him with the sit. I mean, with the citizens, the people to talk doing public speaking. 2 minutes, and it wasn't for them. Just look at all the lawlessness. He called that out. But that's what I'm saying, man. They didn't mess these rules up so bad that they breaking them. But word on the street that just like we knew Candace was going to be the 7th Ward councilwoman, they got the votes, man, to do what they want to do. All we doing is sitting up here playing. I mean, I ain't gonna just say me, but the citizens of Flint, till they can get out here, man, and go voice their opinion and expect more from your council person. These are when Flint needs so much.
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't understand public speaking in Flint right now, at least with city council, because you watch them. We watch them every month, bi-weekly, sometimes special meetings, so weekly. And while someone is up there voicing their legitimate concern, they're either talking to each other, or they're digging around on their phones, or they're writing something down. I'll play devil's advocate here. They're probably writing that thing down so they can call that person back, or so they remember to address it after a long public speaking period. But like Eva is the absolute worst about it. She sits there, she's on Space, she's playing Angry Birds, whatever the hell she's doing, Candy Crush. Why are we wasting our time as citizens going up there to talk and voice our concerns if they aren't going to listen to us? Just to say I said it, that's not going to do no good.
Well, you could also feel that way, but if you go up there and voice your opinion, then they're not going to support it anyway. Like they already know.
That's exactly it.
They already know. So it's like the one thing about it, I guess if it were me, if I were going to be the one that was, not going to pay attention to, I would at least halfway, at least engage and pay attention and make it seem as if I were going to be the one that's, what I'm saying? Like, I guess, but to just write off and be condescending with a smug look and, with the sly comments and condescending comments and, what I'm saying? Like, I got mine and whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't expect to be in your position that long if that's going to be your attitude towards things.
I mean, like, you can tell, obviously, some of them are just there for that little $20,000. That is all that they cared about. Get in, get that guaranteed paycheck. You don't even have to show up to council and fuck off. They only come in when there's a large vote for them to jump on. Once again, calling out Eva here. She only comes in when there's something important to vote on and they need her to make sure that they have that majority. Otherwise, she's just sitting at home collecting that check, playing Candy Crush on her couch. She's probably happier playing Candy Crush on her couch than playing it at city council.
But see, that's the point that I'm saying. Why you need to get Liddell gone, why you need to get Quincy. I mean, and don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, as far as politics wise, it's politics. You can't, you cannot keep saying he don't see that Liddell not cheering right. Now I'm not gonna be getting on him like that, but I'm just gonna be honest with it. Quincy, I don't think would, and this ain't no knock to him, man. Council was too much for Quincy. Like it is to Liddell, it's too much for them. Because anytime you can sit up there and see Eva steady jumping up over Tanya like that, man, they gonna get somebody ass whooped down there is what's gonna happen. This is what's really gonna end up happening with that council. And that's what I feel like this became too much for Quincy and this became too much for Liddell Lewis. And he can't see it like, man, you supposed to be there to help the citizens of Flint. You can't get up in there with, Liddell Lewis is all the way off the chain. I don't know if unless Quincy writing anonymous, but I don't think Quincy is doing that, but I could be wrong. But
Quincy, I don't think had I mean, no offense to him, as you're saying, we're all just going off the politics here. I'm pretty sure, I've met Liddell, and her and I would never be friends, but I don't think I'd be talking about her at all if she wasn't on council, right? But Quincy, he lets the quiet part slip out too fucking often. So what was it? About a year ago, you want to open up a business in my ward without breaking bread with me. City council is open for business. Talking about Ashley Capital there. I am, God damn it, what did he say? I am a lobbyist. I'm here to make the mayor look good. The quiet part out loud far too often.
And that's the point that I'm trying to get to. Not saying he's not a good person. Like I said, I've seen Quincy been out there for years doing what he's been doing. But it's to me just like how he got back and forth with Rich. And I'm not a Rich Jones supporter. I'm just going to be honest with you. Rich said what he said. They were supposed to let him go. But for him to come back and strike at Rich Jones, I thought that was disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Because that was between Rich and Liddell, far as Rich was out here collecting signatures. That's what I'm saying, far as with Quincy. Like, man, you shouldn't have got caught up in that. You should have left that alone. They could have let Rich get his 20 seconds or whatever seconds to go ahead. But now we find out y'all been cheating the citizens out of a minute anyway. They've been cheating them out of a minute anyway. That's what I mean by when they made them rules.
Open Meetings Act.
Now, here's something my brother caught on to when he was here. He was asking if some people's time was moving faster. And I kind of got what he said, but the clock was always moving at the same rate. No. So if it's someone they like, they don't start the time until they touch that podium. If it's someone they don't like, we'll go with Rich. That time starts as soon as they say next person, and he has to waste a few seconds of his time getting up there, and so forth and so on. If you're sitting further back, you're losing 5, 10, 15 seconds. That's ripping people off of their time. So you're supposed to have 3 minutes. They're giving you 2, and then they're cutting or starting your time early before you can even get to that mic. Now you got like a minute 45 to say your piece.
But that's what I'm saying. But see, these rules was put in for the emergency manager. I get what Eric's saying, but what you seeing is you still got that voting block of council people when it was the Kate Field. They wanted to keep the rule. What we're not really paying attention to, they are silencing the citizens. That's why. That's really what all these things is. They think it's really to silence Eric. It's really to silence the citizen. They don't want really people calling them out. They don't want to be saying that you put that mirror back on them so they can see what they're doing. Liddell can't say, oh, Quincy, can't none of that voting block 6 can sit up there and say they did good for the city of Flint.
I mean, they're running on the premise of I'm elected, I must be right. And you never hear any of them say something to the effect of I regret that vote.
But see what it is.
There's no honesty in their vote.
But see, it's the people behind them who upholding the madness that they doing. Yeah. That's what it is when you got people upholding. When them people in that second war had shit, let's just say what it is, floating in their basement. Liddell wasn't fighting this hard.
Liddell fought against them getting their shit, getting their homes fixed.
That's what I said. That group of 6 that they got voted for them not to get no help from Dennis Fife for all of them. And who got me confused, Clack, is that Candace Mouchet.
That was before her.
That
was before her.
No, but I'm saying that she got me confused when she here now. Look at some of the stuff she be doing. She vote with that block. Bruh. She vote with the block too.
She used to work with Sheldon, and I don't know what happened. And then she used to work with Karen, and I don't know what happened. And I think that this whole thing is convenient, matter of fact, and smoke and mirrors. Because just like, and this is nothing against Candace. I don't talk to her, but I know who she is. I've spoken to her, and I speak to her when I see her. Right. But I just think. I think that with that Ashley Capital deal, when she asked that question and then she held out with that suspenseful silence and was like, yes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait a minute. No, we thought you was about to vote with the home team and then you straight did what they did. You know what I mean? So at this point, you can't go by what people say. You got to go by how they vote. And if they show you who they are the first time, you got to believe it. You know what I mean? Like,
talking about votes, remember a few months ago there was a vote, and Quincy, I think it was Quincy or Liddell. Damn, my brain is gone. Anyway, look, I got lost in the sauce. I think I'm going to abstain. Eva pipes up, just vote yes. And then, okay, yes. Like, it is those, no one up there, none of those 6 have their own vote. It is a train being pulled along. You know what I mean? You hardly ever see them break. If they don't know what's going on, they look to each other and, oh, okay, she votes yes, I vote yes. She votes no, I vote no. There isn't a lot of independent thinking happening there.
yeah.
But you got to understand, she would have not got that seat without the 5 knowing she was going to roll with them. Don't get it twisted, family. They not putting these people in these seats with these recalling them. It's just common sense. If you the mayor, you gotta have your vote on the block for you can get. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't wait till all the news come out. When all the stuff do come out, because that's why I still feel like Flint is headed for a city emergency manager. See, what people keep forgetting, then none of this stuff, like they acting like this stuff that we talking about now have been out there, but people didn't want to speak on it. From the Johnny Cole situation, we caught flack on that. And I feel like we was corporate at the time when I was recording Shatara. We brought Liddell on to prove that she stayed here. I remember that. Mm-hmm. I'm just being honest with you. So I even blame some time with us. But it was said during when she was running that she didn't really stay here all that time. But you know, people were so bent out of shape. We got to get my Reese Davis out. This how you know these are really not no thinkers here, man. People will get people out there because we all want to. And man, until people can be independent thinkers, you're going to keep getting this problem that you having right here.
I mean, I would love to hear honest and spirited debate on city council. I'd love to hear them. Okay, I see your point, but my point is this is going to cost too much and probably run our budget under. Yes, but the people really need this, and I think we can move money from something else to cover it. X, Y, and Z, actual conversation. Instead, it's, I vote yes. I know that these other 5 are going to vote yes. These 3 might vote yes, might vote no. Actually, they don't fucking matter because I've already got my votes. Let's just hope Eric doesn't hit them with a point of order.
What's to stop somebody from writing a letter to the attorney general and telling them they need to come down here and look into some stuff? Like, I'm just like,
because this to stop somebody, nothing.
This is too blatant. It's too brazen. It's too
So the attorney general, which we all know I have problems with her too, Nessel. I mean, the only woman I know that can kill Rico. Anyway, if I were you, anyone in the comments section, anyone going to watch this, or you, Mr. Clack, follow up. So write your letter, explain concisely, clearly, and most of all, briefly what is going on, and then follow up with evidence. So Liddell not being here long enough to run for city council has been reported, has been rumored to go around. If you have proof of that, send that to Nessel. The money that the Ashley Capital bribes, I'm just going to call it what it is. Send that over to Nessel. The Sarvis Park extra money going in there, send that. All of this, and if it's whatchamacallit on tape, then you just tell them what city council date and tell them which YouTube to look at, because everything's recorded.
Have y'all been paying attention what's going on? I'm just saying now, I'm not trying to, I know it feels like I'm taking over, but have y'all been paying attention what's going on? Ethics and Accountability Board, you can't get no help there. So we study saying go to the state. The state the one caused the problem that we in. Yep. The state the one took away the water giveaway. Y'all going right back to the people who caused the problem.
I mean,
don't get it twisted because this mayor that we got.
No one on the outside to help us. You're right. I mean, Mr. Clack is right too. Our ombudsman is a clerk. She is swamped. I believe our ombudsman is a she. Anyway, they're swamped. Our ethics and accountability board, we might as well not fucking have one. The state put us into this position in the first place, but we have no one at home. So your next step is go to state. And if you feel you're not getting it from state, go to federal. And
so wait a minute.
Federal ignores us, just take it to the ballot box.
Since the ARPA funds were federal dollars, right?
Yes.
So that means you should just go to the FBI.
Yeah. Or the Attorney General federally, he's got offices around the country that you could probably submit to. Department of Justice that presides over that.
I know I've
Department of Treasury
emailed the detective in the FBI about some things, and I know I've, of course, I've gone to the state update. There has been some people that have been interviewed with my investigation with the state police. So we should be hearing some movement and hearing some things, some updates sometime soon with my investigation.
Nice. I was meaning to ask you on that, actually. Give me a second. I'm actually gonna, since those were federal dollars and came from our taxes, let me see. You can write to Department of Treasury at this address. Let me just control V here. They can look through and see if there's anything misappropriated, of course. And then Department of Justice, since you brought it up.
No, you do, but I'm just saying, I'm saying we do need to do that, man. This going back here trying to get it's crazy when you see the laws as being broke. That's what I'm saying. Gretchen Whitmer can turn on her TV, go to YouTube and see what's going on. Dana Nessel, you can't go to your state rep to complain. That's his wife.
Yep.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Cherry, he's got other places to look at. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not the hugest fan of the man myself. I don't think I'm a fan of any fucking one, to be honest with you. But I'm not a huge fan of Mr. Cherry. But he also has other places to look at, other municipalities. Being a state senator, you've got a much larger district to look at. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's why I'm saying if you really look at it, man, we caught between a rock and a hard one. That's what I'm saying. You're going to the people who created it, even though they changed the top. That's what I'm saying. Just like I forgot who it was who said that y'all
you change the suit, but you get the same vote.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's like you got right versus wrong on fighting. Going down there, all of you see Eric lawyers fighting to see how he being mistreated. You can see how a judge went against his own what's the name to uphold Eric to be up out of there.
A judge allowed plagiarism, still hasn't thrown the book at Allie for that.
That's what I'm saying. You don't see all that get swept up under the rug, but the good thing is we got to get Eric. That's what I'm saying. They putting everything saying Eric, Tanya, and Jerry messing this up when they not even a voting block that can carry the mayor's budget.
That's why how people can't see that, like, if the mayor's saying that it's city council's fault and he got 6 of the people on council that's controlling the vote, or at least a strong 5 in the possible, then how can people, like, I hope people ain't dumb enough to think that it's really Eric, Tanya, and Jerry when they only 3 people and the majority is the other. How can they possibly be the ones? Yeah, Eric point of order and point of information, but when it's time to vote, y'all the ones that's running things. Y'all running things.
Right. Look at the beat up. Look at the newspapers. All of them. They don't say none. But if you do something wrong, they'll write a M Live or write an article. I've never seen, and they don't. The newspaper supposed to be the 4th of state. When you got your own newspaper, your own media. That's why we doing what we doing. They did. News Nationwide have made it where people, podcasters, can start their own and get the people with the real facts better than this watered down. Let's talk about dogs. Like the good news, Flint good news. They talking about back to the bricks one. Right on putting them bricks back down, but right on the rest of Flint. Let's see how it is.
The other day they had the channel pub with bubbles and with blowing bubbles and everything. Like, wait a minute. Like, it's so much other stuff that could, not saying it ain't, it ain't cool to blow bubbles or whatnot, but it's it's so much other stuff that could have been highlighted or talked about or just informative to the community. You know what I mean? Like there's houses that's catching fire every day. There's apartments that's catching fire. There's, people that's end up, missing and stuff like that. Like, true enough, that's not good news, but people need to know what's going on around them. You can't just hide it.
I mean, they just found a body in I think it was a Black Dodge Charger, and everyone on Facebook saying, check on your people. We didn't hear a fucking thing about that from the news.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
We didn't hear anything from the mayor's office about that. So, all right, there's murders being committed here. Do we know if this is part of a pattern? Oh God, we've got to actually start looking out for something. Or is this just random violence? Hey, that kind of goes against the narrative that crime is down here, right? Because all we fucking hear is crime is down. I don't fucking feel it. I don't see it. The past 2 years, year and a half, have pushed me further into feeling unsafe in the city that I live in. I'm still not going to say, no, I'm not going over there. It's too dangerous. But I actually went out and got my CCL just because of how much violence and crime is going on in the city. I don't want to be a victim.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm not gonna, like, me too. I just, well, we, Trevor, we talk about ours, our Second Amendment right, and I'm not.
Yep.
You ain't taking mine from me because I'm going home. I got
you see this?
see him. That's, you know what I mean. Like I have. Yeah, I'm not doing it.
But you see that another killing in the Regencies that you hear, Winter's Hard reporting that. Just for y'all want to know. See what I'm saying?
But yeah, you've got a damn good reason to go home. Mine was just making ramen behind me a minute ago. The other one's going to be pulling up. And, we were just across from the Regencies. So we weren't afraid to go anywhere. We go where the news is, where we can settle down, where we can do our thing. But we're not going to be caught unaware or hands out, pants down, whatever you want to call it.
No, because that's thinking. Yeah. But yet the news will have you thinking this is Mahalla Drive you riding down in California or something. These were them houses got at $20 million at and stuff. That's what I feel like is
or
crazy.
In Mapleberry or wherever the hell Andy Griffith was.
Right. Where's the news at with the councilwoman? They taking these, allegedly things that was took far as gifts from Ashley Capital. Where's that at? M Live and even the Flint Beat. What about, is y'all reporting this about the 50,000 that she did? You know what I'm saying? Is y'all gonna report that? That's just like Paul. And Paul kept his camera on Eric Mays, but yeah,
Paul is terrible, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted to see what the hell was going on, and I feel like the camera didn't get moved just in case a physical confrontation did happen, because that would be admissible in court. We all know who the aggressor is between those two, and it's not the nice lady from the 6th Ward.
But that's what I'm saying. They keep putting, but this what I'm saying that they be doing. This is what's crazy. That's why Eric got his stuff set up to show the people what's really going on. That's the reason, because it's like they muzzling the people here in Flint. I don't care what nobody say from the media. Y'all gonna be muzzled. They will muzzle you down. They will muzzle you down. Us. Right? Just look. Yeah. Just
the doxing of you, the trying to body shame Wintus, the calling me hick, redneck, whatever the fuck they want to call me this week. I don't really care. Just to try to shame us or get us to back up because we feel uncomfortable. I'm going to tell you, this is not something that Mr. President Clack has said, but they can go fuck themselves. We're here to do what we're going to do.
Ain't nobody scaring me off from what I got to do.
Right. And that's what basically they've been doing, trying to thread. If you don't know, tell the people that you support quit doing wrong. They acting like this ain't nothing we put out there. Ashley Capital put it out there, but we just had to report on it.
Mm-hmm.
They acting like it's something that's what we went and did. Yeah. But I get it though, because
it don't. Go ahead, mate.
No, I was gonna say M Live ain't been reporting on it. That's why.
It don't matter. If you do wrong, if you don't do wrong, then you ain't got to worry about it.
That's exactly it. Keep your hands clean. Keep your ears clean. Only, take what's given to you by, law. And we don't have to talk about you Then we actually have to go out, do some hard work, and try to find a positive story here in Flint. As it is, it's just too easy to pick up and just open my eyes. Oh, there's some more fucking corruption. Oh, there's some blatant criminal activity. There's some bid rigging. There's some vote tampering. Not vote. Oh, yeah, because city council tampering with their own votes. Or what is it called when they get together? Yeah, you get what I mean. It's too easy to see it. This makes our job so much fucking easier to report it. If they weren't so obvious about it, or God forbid, if they just didn't do it, we probably wouldn't exist.
Collusion, racketeering.
Yeah, thank you. Racketeering. Yep. See, he's got the entire list here ready to go.
It just seems like, why can't we just, I mean, I hate to say it, like, man, my Clack gonna tell, but yeah, I'm gonna tell. Like, we got 80,000 people that are suffering right now. Like this, why can't we just find, like, the people that's supposed to be in charge of oversight and making sure that that shit is done right, and they all down with the people that's doing the wrong? You know what I mean? Like, it's so frustrating, because we look at, like, I get so frustrated when I ride around the city and I'm looking at my people, and when I say my people, I mean my people that are from Flint: white, black, green, purple, Hispanic, everybody. You know, you from Flint, you my people. We all together right here, right now. And you know, I feel sorry for, like, I go to the corner stores and get my juice and my stuff, snacks for my son, and there's people in there asking for, you know, man, you got a little change, young brother. You know, it's like that. I got a heart and stuff like that. You know, I'll be wanting to help everybody. I can't afford to help everybody, but if I can, I'm gonna do it. But if they had a chance, if the people that were supposed to be helping them would halfway give a damn, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I mean, honest and intelligent governance would give them a far better chance than you and I reaching into our pockets. Because we can only provide so much, whereas, I don't know, bringing in actual jobs here, not theoretical jobs and jobs or buildings that we won't see taxes off of. Oh, it'll raise the property value of the places around it. You raise it too much, those people are moving out or doing the Flint thing and just abandoning it, telling you to take it. It ain't going to bring no money in. And those jobs that they're saying are going to come in, good paying $17 an hour jobs. How many? Well, we're doing it by foot. You know, how many jobs are created by square foot? So it's all theoretical. You don't fucking know. That isn't intelligent governance, and that isn't giving anyone a fair shake.
Right, right.
I mean,
yeah, yeah, that's the frustrating part about it. Like, we can't just go and say, hey, look, man, we can't go to the police. We can't just go to the police because the police is working with them. We can't just go, and there go Dylan right there. Dylan, the M Live dude. I should tell him, hey, Dylan, man, we got some stuff we need to look into.
go grab him.
I swear.
No,
I swear that was Dylan coming out the credit union, about coming out the bank.
Oh, you might be careful with that one.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's coming out the bank. Don't rush up. Be like, hey, I'm going to throw you in my car. We got some stuff to talk about.
Nah, that's not the best thing to do.
No.
But yeah, that's just it's just frustrating to me. Like, why we all want to do so much good and help people and do what's right, but we ain't got nobody to tell to help us. You know, to help us, you know, on the next level. Like, we just pointed out, but nobody's willing to enforce the laws.
Yeah, and really what we see on council and other governing bodies here are a bunch of people from the party of me. How can I help me?
Mm-hmm.
Or my friends, or, you know, a third party comes in and guilts you into it and says, well, you can catch something on the back end if you change this, or if you change that.
Or I got to give Art his credit on this. They just come to Flint to get rich and leave.
Yeah. I mean,
that's but the people.
It's El Dorado.
That made people from Flint that allow these people to come in here and give them their little twos and views, as I would say, and they just let them skate on out the door.
Yeah, it's El Dorado, right? So in the legend of El Dorado, the people living in the city of gold didn't really know what they had. But others come in and they covet it all. And they walk away with bagfuls of gold, in this case, money. And the people that started out in the city of El Dorado are now lesser. They now have less resources, less this, less that. In our case, we don't have clean water. We've got sewage backing up into our basements. We've got, rampant crime. We've got roads that, come on now. You got a Jeep and it's still probably trying to beat the hell out of your suspension.
Yeah. So there's just something just came to my mind. Trevor, you probably wouldn't you probably wouldn't know this, but I'll introduce it to you next time I'm with you. Mickey, remember there's a song that came out back in the early 90s, and it kind of went. You probably pick up on the words. Sarah Dorsey, aka Bootleg. The line goes something like, "Bump this in your Nissan, Beamers, and trucks too. And if you're not from Flint, it's like straight up, you can finish the rest."
Right.
Remember that? So it's
Yeah.
like Flint used to have an attitude that if you wasn't from here, then it's like you're not with us, you're against us. If you ain't from here, it's us against y'all. You know what I mean? Like Flint gonna cover Flint. Flint gonna look out for Flint. Flint is resilient. Flint is people, a bunch of hardworking people that's been got over for so long. But I don't know why that song just came in my mind.
No. You still see people from Flint banding together and trying to make something of it. It's just one or two snuck by and started letting all their friends in. All their friends go to where the money faucet is. Then they just walk away millionaires. They move on down to Fenton, get a nice lakefront house. They move out of state. They go X, Y, and Z. That ain't for us.
No. That's why it's sad for you see the ones who are here that's going along with the ones who here just to get some money.
Yeah. And you'll see them pop up every once in a while. Someone you ain't heard from in a bit comes up, makes a big old noise, says that they're doing something for the community, and then they're gone again. Okay, they must have gotten that check cut. They're going to go offward, spend it all. We'll see them in 2 or 3 months, maybe a year or two.
Right. Yeah. That's
I brought Lear here. Where the fuck you been? Oh, you must be running out of money from whatever the fuck you just got into. Okay.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like this happen every time, man. Well, anyway, y'all got some last things to say before we can shut it down.
I think I've gotten most things off my chest. I'm going to wait for Mr. Clack to stop showing us a slideshow.
Send us home, brother Clack.
My bad. Hey, well, yeah. My bad. I just had to, I had to reference my dating family with the,
Right.
But yeah, tune in. We got our school board meeting tonight at 6:30. Tomorrow we have the special meeting for city council. Y'all, let's just take the city back over, man, because these people are obviously they don't care about us. They don't care about what's really going on. They care about themselves, and they friends. So we need to. There's enough of us. There's more of us than there is of them, and that's been proven. Look at what Second Ward did yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, look at what the Second Ward did. So if we can use that as a template, follow what they did. And I'm not saying that everybody, I'm not for, a whole bunch of drama, but I'm definitely for. We got to get this city back together and back, back to us. So we got to do what we got to do. Y'all ain't with it. Get out the way.
For a little while that I'd love to see a Flint exclusive political party of its own. Republican or Democrat on the state or national level is one thing. Flint first needs to be something else, and we all need to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as you said, we need to take it back over. We need to start finding people that are more in touch with the people of Flint rather than their own wallet.
So the school board gonna be? There was just one question. Is it gonna be online, Clack?
Yeah, they always are. Yeah.
Okay. I'll see. Okay, Trevor.
I just posted the link.
Okay.
And so Mr. Clack just gave out the city what's going on the rest of the week, city schedule. Tomorrow we got Winter's Hall show. Tomorrow we got Winter's Hall show. Friday we got me and Winter's, followed by Sister Circle, followed by Miss Ashley, and then Tanya on Saturday.
But I think we're gonna do something different for Winters tomorrow because we got to be at that meeting. We're gonna be at the city council, so we're gonna be doing the Winters Hall from city council.
Ooh,
I might come
on
down
site.
if I can.
All right.
We're gonna be there. I'm gonna be up in there because I want to see how they finna get this together.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. All right, I think that does me. Anything else, Mr. Clack?
No, man. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for watching us, and thanks for the support.
Mickey?
Peace.